Your family, simplysavecolin.com, $14.99 a month. No contracts, no markups, no crazy long 8-hour installation window. Good to have you in. Joy Taylor is joining me. By the way, this is what we do. We do Big J journalism on the show, so this is one of my favorite times of the year for about a 3-week period. I was driving into work, talking for 20 minutes this morning, and a couple NFL sources on the East Coast. It was great.
You're in the phones, huh?
Oh, I was on the phone the whole morning. I literally had 2 calls. Call me in the morning. Did on Adam Gase, all this stuff. I also, I said yesterday, I don't love when you have a young quarterback in the NFL and he gets somebody who's learning to be a coach. Adam Gase has been an NFL coach. He's been to the playoffs. He's been a coordinator. So as Sam Darnold's trying to figure out how to do this, Adam Gase has done it. Would it be any good if I was in my first year of radio and my boss was in his first year of running a radio station? Generally, if the younger the broadcaster, the more veteran, experienced person he needs as a broadcaster. I don't love the Cleveland thing because I think Baker Mayfield's got some things to learn in terms of maturity and running a franchise, and Freddie Kitchens had never even been hired by a team as a coordinator. So he's trying to figure out how to be a head coach. I don't love that. I will tell you this, though, that Cleveland, I was on the phone this morning with somebody out east in the NFL. Cleveland's final 2. Do you think it was strange Mike McCarthy didn't get much of a look there? Bruce Arians said he wanted it, but yet they didn't talk to Bruce Arians. And that didn't make any sense, did it? They weren't interested in Adam Gase, who had been a coach. Why did Cleveland have the 2 least experienced guys as their candidates? They had a guy that never worked with anybody but the Vikings, 44-year-old guy, and they had Freddie Kitchens, who's been around the league but never been hired as a full-time coordinator. Why? I was told because John Dorsey's running everything. He didn't want Greg Williams because Greg Williams has been a coach and has a strong point of view, and John Dorsey didn't want that. And he didn't want Mike McCarthy, and he didn't want Bruce Arians. He didn't want Adam Gase. He wanted somebody who could tell him what to do.
That's just, I just do not believe in that. I just think that's a recipe for disaster.
It's not the way I would vet a job, but this is what I was told. It is not everybody said, remember this, everybody told me the Browns was the best job, and yet they didn't interview seriously any of the best candidates because John Dorsey's running the show here. And by the way, Greg Williams had a winning record. If you're going to hire Freddie Kitchens, why wouldn't you just give the job to Greg Williams, who has experience and had a winning record? Because Greg Williams has an opinion and will push back, and McCarthy will push back, and Adam Gase will push back, and Bruce Arians will push back, and Dorsey's like, no, I don't want that.
Don't you want somebody who pushes back?
Yeah, that's kind of the whole... what you want to do, you want to hire people that challenge you in any job.
Of course.
So, but what I was told is this is not Baker's team. This is Jimmy Haslam owns the team. John Dorsey's making all the calls, all of them, and he'd have no interest getting pushback. And Freddie Kitchens owes him a debt of gratitude because nobody was giving Freddie Kitchens a head coaching job in this league. He maybe get an interview for a coordinator job. So when you give somebody a job they would never get without you, you owe them.
Well, if your source is correct, I have very, very little stock in the Browns, and it was all based on Baker. I'm going to sell that off if that's the case. I don't think that anyone in a position of power who surrounds themselves with yes men is creating an environment of progress and growth, and that's what the Cleveland Browns specifically need. You aren't riding some consistent dynasty and trying to maintain a level of excellence. Yeah. You literally have to create a winning atmosphere, and you're surrounding yourself with people who are going to tell you you're right all the time.
Joy with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
You know, my Pittsburgh soul is literally killing me that I have to defend the Browns so much. Well,
I still think Baker will win games. I do
too. I
don't like the structure.
Success.
I don't like the idea of the GM basically is just a strong. By the way, John Dorsey is very good at talent evaluation. That Kansas City roster is a lot of John Dorsey, and they ran him out because he couldn't get along with people.
Well, it's not. That's not. John Dorsey can be great at that, but you have to also be on the same page with the person that touches the players every single day.
Yeah.
You guys have to be on the same wavelength. It can't be a one voice.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Bucs have made it clear that they intend to have Jameis Winston on the team for the 2019 season. Bruce Arians is on board with that. During an appearance on the Rich Eisen show yesterday, Arians had nothing but praise for Jameis.
I've known him for a long time. Like I said, we all make mistakes. He's made his, I've made mine. And I feel like I've got a great feel for him. His excitement for the game, his willingness to work is unbelievable. He's in the office at 5 o'clock in the morning. I have no qualms about that. There is no doubt. Everything is going to be built around him. I think he can win it all.
We'll see about that. But the only knock on Arians, I'm told, his last year in Arizona, he just stopped working. He just wanted to golf and have a cocktail, look at the sunset. The knock on Arians is nobody's quite sure if he's committed 4 years to the level, 70-hour weeks. You have to be. Because his last year in Arizona, they just didn't feel, they kind of felt like he was done coaching.
Yeah.
And he, by the way, said he was not going to coach. And then this job came open. The only reservation I have about Bruce is he ready to be in the office 70 hours a week, because that's what it takes to coach in this league.
That's what it takes to coach, and you're not coaching a quarterback that has any kind of consistent track record with anything.
On
winning,
or off the field.
Off the field. It's really going to be a huge challenge for him. And Jameis Winston is going to be the 5th highest paid quarterback in the league next year. They've gone 5-11 the past 2 seasons.
Lord,
they've only started 9 games last year.
Lord, that's not good.
We'll see. So, the Patriots host the Chargers this Sunday. Will mark the 8th head-to-head meeting between 2 future Hall of Famers in Brady and Rivers. But it seems a little impossible to call this a rivalry, because in order for a rivalry to exist, both sides have to do some of the winning. And Rivers has never beaten Brady, and he talked about it yesterday.
It's not something you think about a whole lot. Certainly, it's a Tom Brady-led team, and we know how things work with the quarterback and head coach, or who has the record attached to it. We got a heck of a challenge, our offense, going against that defense, and how disciplined they play and how well they play, especially this time of year. So we got our work cut out on that side of the ball. But so I think you're aware of that stat that is out there, but it's not something that I spend much time thinking about.
By the way, the first word he used, how disciplined they play. You can beat New England. You rarely catch New England lost. You'll watch games sometimes, you're like, oh, that team was totally smoked. You don't find New England. If you beat them, you made a great throw, you made a great block, you had a great play design. First thing Phillips said is, they're really disciplined. And that's the thing with New England. They'll give you all sorts of yards, but you get inside like the red zone, you have to have a perfect, Philadelphia, you have to have a perfectly designed play to score on them.
Well, also, you can't make any mistakes against them. You have to play a nearly perfect game.
Yeah.
And on a bye in Foxborough, where they are incredible, I don't know. I know everyone's giving the Chargers roster, and everyone's kind of giving them a chance. I don't see it. Maybe that's just my years of being beat down by the Patriots, so I've just submitted to them. But I really think everyone is selling out on the Patriots just a little bit too early.
Yeah.
I don't think it's over. Finally, one of the reasons the Packers hired Matt LaFleur is that he's done work with quarterbacks during his career as an offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach.
Yeah.
But a few hours before the Packers offered him the job, he received a call from Aaron Rodgers, not shocking, and he elaborated on that conversation yesterday.
I briefly spoke to him prior to accepting the job, and that's kind of how I had an idea that maybe I was in the running for it. I'm so focused on moving forward. All I really care about at this point is developing a relationship with him, and I think we're both on the same page. We are committed to winning. There's no doubt about it. He is a competitor, and I cannot wait to get started with him.
We'll see. If he gets along with Aaron, it'll work. If there's a rub.
I mean, sure, but there's some other guys on the roster you got to take care of too.
I know.
Aaron Rodgers gets all the praise for dragging the Packers to the playoffs.
What's your gut feeling on this move?
I don't think it works.
Neither do I.
I don't think it works, and that's no disrespect to LaFleur, because I'm all for young people getting opportunities. You have to have a new wave eventually. It's not on him. I just think that. First of all, the cliche of, we really just, we both care about winning. Everyone cares about winning.
Yeah.
There's no one in the league who doesn't care about winning. Maybe Antonio Brown,
Let's be honest about...
and I'm pretty sure he cares about winning too. You don't even need to say that. We know that.
Let's be honest. The young guys in this league, generationally, Cliff Kingsbury has a stylist. I'm not joking. Lane Kiffin is very strong on social media. Sean McVay has, people, his agent, putting him on TV on off weeks. Some of these old veteran coaches grew up in a different generation. You don't brag about yourself. You don't go on social media. You don't have a stylist. You don't have a PR person. Some of these guys that are getting jobs they know how to play the game today.
Sure, and to their credit, that's part of the game.
That is part of the game. They're going to have to do
that with the media. They're going to have to sell themselves to the team. So I do think it's important how you interview. I mean, you're going to get 1 million applications. It's the interview that sells it. We've said that all the time. Face-to-face, looking someone in the eye, the energy that you get and what they say should matter. So I'm not saying that he has no chance in the situation. I don't like the idea that it's just about the quarterback. Because then, what about the rest of the team? Can you develop the rest of the team? Are you going to put a team of coordinators around you that are going to elevate all of that?
I can guarantee you that Vic Fangio has no idea what Snapchat is. I can guarantee you he has no idea. Instagram, he thinks that's Western Union. He has no idea.
Hire somebody who knows how to use all of those things.
All right. Joy with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Line
Former
News.
Raider and Bill quarterback, good dude, E.J. Manuel, will be joining us next in the studio. By the